exposing the secret sauce in business-to-business marketing. The TAGLine podcast is where real stories meet proven strategies. Let's elevate your business. Real strategies, real stories, real results. In the business-to-business industry, you're not selling to businesses. It's human to human. We break down what works, what doesn't, and how you can truly stand out. Transparency, credibility, growth. Get a behind-the-scenes look at what drives success in business-to-business marketing. Get ready for the next TAGLine podcast powered by the Aebli Group.
Welcome to the TAGLine podcast.
This is very exciting. What a setup you guys have here.
Hey, we don't slouch on anything.
I know that. That's true.
This is fantastic. I'm so excited today. I have Vice President of Business Development from Precision Optics, Clay Schwabe with me. Clay, thanks for joining me.
Justin, thanks for having me.
This is fantastic. So for those that don't know, we're actually launching TAGLine. This is going to be one of the very first interviews.
Wow.
We're using the MD&M East show here at Javits to launch a new show for the Aebli Group. So tell us a little bit about Precision Optics, what you guys do.
Yeah, so POCI is first and foremost a technology company focused very specifically in optics. So about 65% of our business is focused in the medical device space, primarily in the design and manufacture of endoscopes and different optical components that are used in imaging devices, from basically any indication in the body. What we're seeing is more and more as components get smaller, physicians want to put a camera in places that they haven't been able to do that before. So they come to Precision Optics to help design and manufacture that product.
That's awesome. So in your role, no 2 days sound like they'd ever be the same. So what does that look like, for you to lead the team and help tell the story of these micro optics?
Yeah, I mean, so I think it's about getting the name POC, Precision Optics, out there. There's the marketing function where obviously we work with TAG and have a great relationship to help drive brand awareness. And really, I think in any industry, it's about trying to find your next ideal customer.
Sure.
At the right time, when they're in a buying cycle. So we come, to shows like MD&M East, and then we also do a lot of outreach. We try to showcase our partnerships, like with OmniVision as an example, to let anywhere from small startups to big strategics know that Precision Optics has a great name and reputation in the industry to be not just great design partners, but also help pull projects all the way through to full-scale manufacturing.
Would you say that is one of the things that sets you guys apart? What makes you better, unique, different than others that offer similar, offerings in the space?
Sure. I mean, I think POC is always, we have a 40-year history where we constantly find customers who are looking to do very difficult optical projects. And so as we've seen the market shift, particularly in medical device, that's to smaller and smaller systems, which inherently have greater demand and greater expertise in the design and the design for manufacture. So Precision Optics also has our own optics lab. We're known to make tiny optical components down to like 50 microns. So there aren't even applications out there yet for these small components. And when we're talking about scopes, we're talking about sub 2, sub 1 millimeter scopes, and now we're shifting into a lot of single use. So it's about finding that balance between how do we design a great product, and then how do we also design it so that when it's time to go to manufacturing, we're really kind of getting super tight on how our customers are going to be able to perceive this in terms of a cost, right? So at every step along the development path, we're thinking about that. When this goes to market, when this goes to manufacturing, do we have the best design that's going to, basically be the most efficient?
Yeah. Hey, you talk about those partnerships and how important that is to the business and the company. And as a result, your team just came out with the Unity platform to help, make that whole process easier. Talk a little bit about the launch of that and, what the feedback has been so far.
Yeah. Well, we're about, I guess, 3 or so months, into the launch of Unity, and Unity was basically born of a realization in the market that there are design elements in a development of an endoscope where we've seen them repeated time and time again.
Yep.
And because POC has really had some exciting historical projects, we've been able to take a lot of that know-how and IP and formulate kind of a baseline system so that when a customer comes to us, we can really quickly focus on the customization aspect of their product, knowing that we're de-risking the overall project by using components that have, gone through the FDA and 60601 certifications. And I think that just gives customers, a good warm fuzzy because it's a big, every customer that comes to us, it doesn't matter if it's a big strategic or a small startup, it's their most important thing. And so that's how we like to treat it.
Yeah. I mean, I got to imagine that, having the ability to de-risk productization in MedTech is something a lot of people are excited about.
Yeah. I mean, everyone who's tried to take a medical device to market knows that every step along the path, it is kind of trying to beat you down.
Yeah.
And so, we understand that.
Yeah.
We understand that there's going to be regulatory hurdles. We understand that our customers are thinking about their physician kind of end users and also patients. So we have to think about those aspects of a device as well, from concept all the way to commercialization.
Absolutely. What are you seeing for trends in the space? What are you seeing? I mean, you mentioned things getting smaller and that you're able to build lenses at the 50 micron level, that there aren't applications, but that's where things are trending, no?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that the demand in the market has helped to drive some of the sourcing obstacles. Again, where our partnership with OmniVision, 3 or 4 years ago, you couldn't really put a CMOS, chip-on-tip camera into a single-use system for a reasonable cost. But again, as these components have been developed to really kind of help drive down the component costs, we're seeing a lot of procedural changes. Site of service, patients and physicians are taking procedures that were once only done in the OR, they're taking them to the ambulatory surgery center or now to the office. And so, the medical device industry have been really trying to change the way they're thinking about their pipeline. And that's been the biggest piece, is really a single-use chip-on-tip applications where we have to be able to be very cost efficient and also but give a great product that has amazing resolution.
There are expectations today, right? I mean, thinking about, I've talked to a number of people recently, even at the show, about the expectation of patient care. They're wanting it to look like their iPad at home. I've got to imagine the doctors and clinicians that are performing these surgeries are expecting a similar interface.
Absolutely. And it's, procedures that didn't always have a visualization component to it.
Yeah.
A lot of open procedures now are able to go down the minimally invasive route because you can put a very small camera close to your working space and it improves patient outcomes. It de-risks, procedures. I think that finally, with POC being very always on the cutting edge with technology, the Unity platform is a process-driven application where now we can streamline the development process to match that and get customers, to market faster and hopefully reduce costs and again reduce risk.
Yeah. Here we are sitting in New York City at the Javits Center, MD&M East. There is something to be said, for continuing to come to these shows. What has the experience been for POC, here for this event?
Yeah, I think that I love our setup. We've got 2 of our demonstrators in our booth. People, even if they're not in the optics world, a lot of attention gets drawn when you can see, these very, very tiny cameras and, the great resolution that you see on the screen.
Yep.
And so, for us, it's a great way, again, to showcase that technology, because it's hard to do unless we're going on a roadshow and we're bringing our demonstrators along with us and kind of seeing customer, 1 or 2 at a time. This is really just a great opportunity to kind of, again, showcase what POC is doing and have a ton of people come by and get to see all the work we've been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. What does it do for the team dynamic also? I mean, you bring, 4, 5, 6 folks with you too. I mean, you get confined space for 6, 8 hours at a time.
Yeah.
You get to know each other.
Right. Oh, that's great. And we've got a great team. We work really closely on our business development team with the engineers and the project managers. We have a great rapport already, but it's a good mix because a lot of times, there are very specific, detailed technical questions, and we have. This week we've got a mechanical engineer, Dan Bennis, and Ryan Gostin, who's one of our top electrical engineers, here with us, and along with Janice Hunter, who's our West Coast sales director. Joe Forkey, our CEO, is also here bouncing around. He likes to take a laps around the show and see what's out there. So again, it's an opportunity to come together. Obviously we're professional and we love to, also have a good time, and New York's great for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what are you looking forward to? Here we are, middle of end of May, 2025. There's a lot of stuff going on, but what are you most looking forward to, the rest of the year? Yeah,
well, I mean, it's exciting. Our pipeline is really filling up. I think the launch of Unity has brought a lot of attention to POC, and it's not always that someone is looking to have a baseline endoscope system to design, but they also get to kind of see the other pieces that POC is well known for.
Sure.
And so, I mean, I'm excited to work with our new customers, and obviously excited to find more and continue to get the message out about how great it is to partner with Precision Optics.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you joining the TAGLine podcast today.
Oh, hey, so I mean, obviously we've got some podcast history with the Focus on Precision podcast. So this is great. This is me just returning the favor, and congratulations. This is fantastic.
Well, thank you very much. We're very pleased with how everything has gone. Couldn't be more happy with the partnership with Informa and MD&M and the team here. They've helped us look great. So it's been pretty fantastic. So.
Awesome. Great. Let's do it again soon.